Hello, this is Wowie the Doggo, and this is my submission for Dino Stalker. My main goal with Dino Stalker is to get it in as a race between myself, Mr. Maximus 11, and TheLevelBest. I'm also willing to run it solo if for whatever reason the race can't be accommodated, but personally, I would love for it to be a race. It's a very entertaining race. The game's very fair when you play it within the parameters that we have chosen, which the category I am choosing to submit is handgun only on easy. Easy handgun only is what we refer to it as. We do this because there's a lot less RNG with picking up like I normally call them sub-weapons, some people call them other things. Basically, whatever your circle button is, your power weapon, we don't have to deal with that RNG if we only use the handgun. It's this power bullet RNG. It's what we have to deal with. If you're not familiar with Dino Stalker, it is the third Gun Survivor game, and unlike the previous two entries in the Gun Survivor series, which take place in the Resident Evil universe, Dino Stalker takes place in, if you didn't guess it, the Dino Crisis universe. I believe it takes place after Dino Crisis 2. You play as Dylan, who is one of the characters in Dino Crisis 2. And mainly in this game, all you do is kill dinosaurs, which is kind of evident by the name, in my opinion, but more you know. This is level 1, where you are falling out of a plane. We are at the end of level 1, actually. This is considered the boss fight of level 1. There we go. You just have to eliminate the flying dinosaurs. I apologize, I do not call them by their proper names, because I just don't remember them. And we are now approaching into level 2, which is not an on-the-rails level. Level 1, you have absolutely no restraint, except for the boss fight, time restraint-wise. The game will progress in a natural manner that you have no control over, pretty much. And with this run, with handgun only, a thing I have not covered yet is, I did mention there are power bullets, but to preserve your power bullets, if you avoid picking up a power weapon throughout the entire run, when you press the circle button, you can shoot power weapons to get rid of them, as I just did. When you press the circle button, you switch to the special weapon, which we just refer to as the special handgun. It is weaker than the regular handgun, and it holds less bullets, but it lets you save your power bullets. And if you press the square button, you go back to the single shot, or just the normal handgun, as it's popularly referred to. But if you pick up a single sub-weapon, which, as much as I'd love to say you can avoid picking up a sub-weapon, it's very difficult to avoid it because of the on-the-rails levels, and the uncertainty when you blow up some of the crates if you stand too close to them. But I picked up a box of power bullets. Power bullets are purple. That is how you know that you have them equipped. They're purple. You cannot unequip them from the single-shot handgun. I just got hit by one of the poison enemies. I'm actually, like, poisoned right now. I will probably lose some health. I wasn't shooting, because I'm very used to already having a sub-weapon at this point. But that wasn't that bad, because we did end up getting a antidote from one of the poisonous enemies. But yeah, mainly we just want to be on the lookout for any power weapons. We want to get rid of them, or avoid them, one or the other. This is probably the furthest I've gotten, like, without picking up a sub-weapon, which is good. This is one of the boss fights. A lot of times in this game, a boss fight just carries over into another boss fight. I'd consider this like a minor boss fight in sense, because these are just like a horde of regular enemies as opposed to... We have not fought an actual boss, in my opinion. Which, we'll see one soon. And as I'm showing with the special handgun, the issue with it is incredibly weak. It takes a lot of bullets to kill enemies, which can be slightly detrimental in areas like this. But it's not too big of a hindrance if you can get headshots and you're aware that it's just going to take more bullets. It's not too big of a deal. That was not very good, but considering the fact we get to save all of our power bullets for the Carnosaurus, or as I call them, the twin dinosaurs, because Carnosaurus shows up 3 times in the game, and they always show up in pairs of 2. And there we go, that is stage 1. I will switch over to my special shot, just so I have it ready for next stage. Stage 2 is pretty easy. Not many of the stages actually would be considered very difficult, in my opinion. Mainly just stage 4. Stage 4, stage 6, stage 7 can be, but really it's stage 4 and 6 that are the concerning ones in my eyes. You have to be careful in this level, because it's another on-the-rail level. The on-the-rail levels, I believe, are 1, 3, and 5. Which you follow the sky in 1, in 3 you're in a boat, and in 5 you're in a car. But you have to be careful in these on-the-rail levels. It's not as hard in this one to avoid it, but if you're not careful, you'll pick up a sub-weapon because, you know, the game's moving for you, so you're not going to look in front of you all the time. You just have to be aware of that and shoot them. But, stage 5, you have to be very careful, but it's not as detrimental if you pick up a power weapon in stage 5, depending on where you are, because from stage 5 on, it's kind of like a boss rush, because stage 6 is just a boss, stage 7 is just a boss. So if you're late in stage 5, right before the bosses, it's not too detrimental, but if you did it at the beginning of stage 5, I could see how that could be an issue. But like I've said, the longer you are able to keep your special handgun, the better. And I've actually done a very good job of not losing it. Which I will actually need to switch to it right now because we are getting power bullets. It also feels like the special handgun at times is harder to aim. I feel like it has a smaller hitbox than the... just probably based on the way the reticule is why I think that, but to me it does feel like it has a smaller hitbox at times. A thing that I think like really benefits this game, no matter what category you play, it's a very short game. In game time, the record that I hold in Handgun Only New Game at this moment of recording is 23:01. I almost picked up that. That would have been kind of crappy. But yes, 23:01 is the time I hold at the time of this recording. In game time, that's what it is, but RTA, it's right around 29 minutes. So, give or take, you know, the game takes 30 minutes to beat from, like, starting it up. Which is still a really short game, and I think it makes it favorable for a race. This game's also very hard to fail out of, as I call it, like actually like game over, because you do get resuscitation kits. That's on every difficulty, but on easy they're very, very abundant, and they spawn in the on-the-rails levels in front of you, so you enter the final boss fight with probably like 4 or 5 of them, and I can honestly say my first attempt is when I died the most on the final boss, and I died twice. So it's not like a big issue, like in dying. And also, you pick up recovery aids. Recovery aids automatically heal when you're missing health. So I have 5 vitality right now. If I get hit and go down to 4, it'll just instantly heal me, which is very helpful to pick a lot of those up and have them stockpiled if you can avoid getting hit during the run. I got hit a couple times in level 1 and I got poisoned, but I didn't have the poison long enough for it to actually affect me, thankfully. But I feel like we're doing really good right now. Up here, it's debatable whether it's worth waiting to kill these enemies for the resuscitation kit. That's really up to the runner. I got all of them and got the resuscitation kit, so I'm happy. I'm going to switch over to the other handgun now. This is a boss fight with the Plesiosauruses, I believe is what they're called. They should die very quickly since we have the power bullets. I will have to do minor corrections to my aim, and if you were wondering how I turn so quickly, it is because this game has an auto-aim feature. I'm not that good. This game has an auto-aim feature. When you press the L1 button, it horizontally snaps to the enemy. It does not vertically change anything. You cannot vertically control the camera in this game. It moves on its own. Oh, if you tap the button too many times, that happens. Okay, they are all dead. I'd say that was pretty good. Not my best, but very good because we got to open with the power bullets. But you do not vertically ever move the camera in this game. It does it itself. So that's a bit of a downside in the next stage, but if the camera cooperates, we should be okay. This is stage 4. I have very strong feelings about this stage, and they're not good. It's just a bad stage. I don't know why it's in the game. Like, I wish it wasn't. That is a hand grenade that I really don't want to pick up. There we go. I'm just going to shoot all of them in front of me because I lack power bullets right now. You can be really carefree with your ammo because you have infinite ammo in this game. You can be very carefree with your ammo if you don't have power bullets. I shot an antidote, which that's okay because there's only one other enemy you encounter in this game that really can poison you, and it is the boss Trinity in stage 6, which I don't worry too much about Trinity poisoning me, because Trinity just spits poison directly in front of her. I'm a little stuck right here, but that was okay. When dinosaurs die in front of you, they do still have a hitbox, which is... I'm not a fan of it. As a speedrunner, it's kind of annoying. But, it's not the worst thing in the world. We picked up an ample, which has absolutely no use to us, sadly. Ample's sole existence is to increase the time on combos. But, combos really aren't important. They're kind of important in hard mode, but no one really speedruns hard mode because it's just unnecessary. It's not fun, either. The thing with hard mode is... Ooh, I'm a little stuck here. The thing with hard mode is... I might have shot the power bullets. Yeah, I did. Shoot. The game doesn't give you enough time, traditionally, to beat a stage. So you need to beat the stage by collecting more time. Well, you need to collect more time as you beat the stage. That is the correct way to put that. I am slightly stuck right now. That wasn't too bad. Oh, I got far enough along the bridge. TheLevelBest was just telling me about this. He told me if you get far enough along the bridge, then there's supposed to be a second set of flying dinosaurs that spawn, and they did not spawn because I was far enough over the bridge, which is very helpful. Because getting knocked off that bridge is like the biggest time loss in this run. It's 20 to 30, if depending on which side you get knocked down, it can be up to 30 seconds, which is very bad. Like, that is horrendous to lose, you know, a whole 30 seconds just based off that one falter. That was really good. I'm very happy with that. We are going to stage 5. Stage 5 is the last on the rails level in the game. This is the one where you kind of have to be aware of what's in front of you, because you will accidentally pick up a sub-weapon if you're not paying attention, which can be very detrimental. At this point, I wouldn't say it's that detrimental, but there's not even really a lot of power. It's really not detrimental at all. I will try to avoid it just because there is potentially two boxes of power bullets that can be in front of you, and I'd like to keep those for the T-Rex. Oh, yeah, that and you turn a lot on this map. I'm just trying to be aware of where the sub-weapons are. Let me turn around. I think there's one up here. I don't recall about... Oh. Oops. I have a lot of health, so I'm not too worried about that, personally. Or I feel like I have a lot of health. I might not, actually. Yeah, we're actually doing pretty solid on not accidentally picking one up. There might be one up here. Yes, there is. That's an antidote. It's okay to pick that up. We're going to encounter the Ovisaurs, I think they're Oviraptors. These are the guys that spit poison. They can be kind of annoying, but this is considered a boss fight. They're fairly simple in terms of being a boss fight. I'm not doing the best job against them right now. I feel like my accuracy is a little lacking. That's okay, because you have to wait for them to spawn. Anyways, ooh. There we go, that wasn't bad. That I took so long to kill the second to last one because the last one hadn't spawned yet. Here you see Big Boy. He likes to throw projectiles at you. I picked up a sub-weapon, that is okay. If you just shoot all the barrels that he likes to throw, I could not think of what a barrel was called, so I called them projectiles. If you shoot all the barrels in front of him, he cannot throw them, which is kind of a risky strat, but it helps a lot. I missed one. Oh, we got it then without getting hit. That's what matters. It's really a personal preference on how you do it. It's just that you do it. Now it doesn't matter if I pick up a sub-weapon because I accidentally picked up the submachine gun, which isn't, like I said, isn't too big of a deal. You're gonna lose 2 boxes of power bullets, really. Well, 1 really, because one of them you pick up right before one of the bosses. So I'm gonna lose potentially a box of power bullets if they spawn. If they don't spawn, then there was no reason to be worried about it. But just on the off chance that they do. Not even really off chance, it's a 50-50 chance, but on the chance that they do, I did lose 4 bullets. Because there's 4 flying dinosaurs you have to kill to get across the bridge after you pick them up. So, I mean, I don't think I'll lose too much sleep over 4 bullets. Especially when they don't spawn all the time. I'm not too worried about it. I feel really good about this run right now. All we have in the run that's left is we have to do the 3rd and final Carnosaurus boss fight. We have to do the first T-Rex boss fight. Those are in this level. And then we go on to Trinity, who Trinity's kind of a wild card. She can be really unfair, or she can be a very simplistic, like, she climbs up and lets you get a lot of headshots. It just depends. We'll see. And then final T-Rex, who's pretty scripted. He can run away sometimes for some reason. Oh, I missed a shot. Okay. That's one. And there should be two over here to kill. I'll wait till we jump. Okay. Oh, he didn't die in one shot. There might be one more? Yes. He took 2 to kill, but you know, I lost like 6 bullets or something. I really wasn't counting, if I'm being honest. It's not too big of a deal to me. Because this is the double Carnosaurus fight. This is the last one. My aim was a little shaky to start that. That's alright. Oh, I'm getting charged. Yeah, I was looking at my map. I was aware I was getting charged. Alright, we are back on regular handgun bullets, which is okay. Yeah, he's engaged. If they turn yellow, that's the one you want to focus on. It's very hard to stagger enemies with regular handgun bullets. There we go. That wasn't too bad. I got really nervous for a second, because it didn't tell me stage clear, but I forgot that's not the end of the stage. Yeah, you have the T-Rex fight, which is more of just like a runaway thing. He might bite me. Oh, he did not. That's very good that he didn't bite me. You want to just focus to hit him in the head. And with the T-Rex, you really want to focus on only getting down to like 2 or 3 bullets before you reload. T-Rex's roar stops everything in the game. He's probably going to hit me because I did a bad job. Yeah, I shot my gun like 4 times when it was empty. Or I tried to shoot it. There we go. That wasn't bad. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Trinity, like I said, is like the big wild card in a sense. She can be very unfair. We will see. Because she runs around the bottom of the area. You'll see it very shortly. She backflips out to the background, and she runs around it, and then she'll stop and spit poison. And then she'll jump behind a pillar, and eventually she jumps up, and you can get a lot of headshots on her if your aim isn't as bad as mine. And then she'll flip back into the background. I don't think I did a very good job. There we go, that was a good job. There we go. Not my best Trinity fight, but it's definitely not my worst. If you tend to stay more towards the middle, it's a more favorable fight, because the camera kind of fights with you if you run up to her. When she jumps up, the camera can't see her, so you can't get the headshots there. It makes the fight a little unfair. That was not bad, but I wouldn't say it was great. We'll see how the final T-Rex goes. A thing I definitely forgot to mention in this game is the ability to strafe, which is super helpful. Alright, I got one. There are 2 boxes of power bullets in this area. There's the other one. I gotta stagger him before I go get him. But yeah, you strafe by holding... I shot my power bullets. That's really bad. That is probably a fatal mistake in terms of getting a new world record, but overall as a run, I'm extremely happy with this. Yeah, like, as you can see, his roar still immobilizes you. This is the same T-Rex. There's a strategy where you can run up to bait him and then back up immediately, and he'll just spam his bite, which is kind of hard to initiate, and eventually you'll run out of like wall or space. You'll run into a wall. That is stage 1 of T-Rex. But I did that pretty well. If you don't pick up one of your power bullet boxes, it is over here. And I am officially out of recovery aids, which is okay as long as I keep backing up. If you keep backing up, he can't hurt you. He actually picked me up, which is extremely unfavorable. I need to move, or he is going to... He killed me, but we have resurrection kits. That was pretty bad. I'm trying a new area, because this area has more space than the previous area. But, yeah, this is not going exactly how I wished it to be. Like I said before, I think I mentioned this, that his AI can be kind of silly and run away, which is kind of a time loss, but if he runs away sideways, you can still shoot him in the head, so it's not too big of a deal. No, he's throwing rocks. If you back up, you can just dodge the rocks, thankfully. But you see like this, he turns his butt to me. That is very bad. Yeah, and we're getting 3 roars, which isn't great. Hopefully only 3 roars. Oh, and we're getting double rocks, which is interesting. That's uncommon. But, yeah, he's still a pretty simple boss, just like all of them, and that is Dino Stalker in terms of the actual game. Now we just get to the results screen, which you just gotta skip a couple cutscenes. I am actually curious to see what the time on this was. I would guess a low 23, but we will see. I'm overall still very happy with this. 22:46. That is actually a major improvement. The previous world record was 23:01, so I am extremely happy. This was Dino Stalker. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you consider it for GDQx, and I hope to see everyone there.